This week on the Hooters Tour with Lee Moore and Kim Briel.
For the past 4 years, the Hooters Professional Golf Tour has been making a stop at the beautiful Heritage Links Country Club located near Gainesville, Florida. Gainesville, Florida. It's the home of the University of Florida, and at this time of the year, most of the talk in this town turns to Steve Spurrier's Gator football team. But in the world of professional golf, the Hooters Tour gets its share of the headlines, and part of the focus this week goes to Jack O'Keefe of Little Rock, Arkansas, and his best friend Mike Schwartz of Phoenix, Arizona. These two have brought the battle of the Naturally Fresh Points Championship down to the last two tournaments. $100,000 is on the line for first place, and then there are some interesting confrontations going on down the line between positions 3 through 10. In all, 50 players are going to be after $250,000, plus $100,000 is on the line this week in the Farm Bureau Classic, as the Hooters Tour winds down for the 95 season with just one more tournament after this one.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to This Week on the Hooters Tour. I'm Kim Briel.
And I'm Lee Moore. And Kim, this week we're back here in Alachua, Florida. And we mentioned earlier that that's not too far from Gainesville. And it's the Heritage Links Golf Course where we are playing this week.
This week and 4 times previously, and the skies look similar to a year ago when Eddie Pierce took it in 3 rounds.
Yeah, and also an interesting thing, last year, Ricky Smallridge won the $100,000 check right here, so a lot happened last year, a lot's happening this year. We're going to tell you all about what happened early in the week right after this.
Hey you, why are you sitting at home watching Hooters sports on TV? Why aren't you at Hooters? If you were at Hooters right now, you could be enjoying Hooters' nearly world-famous chicken wings. And other great stuff served up by the Hooters girls. And watching Hooters sports at Hooters is a lot more fun than sitting there by yourself. Hooters makes you happy. See? Now get up off that couch and go to Hooters. Here, let me help you get started. You're not still sitting there, are you?
If you take fresh eggs, cream, and right off the farm fresh vegetables, add pure vegetable oil, red wine vinegar, natural honey, herbs and spices, and maybe generous amounts of aged blue cheese in just the right portions, blended under refrigeration to the peak of perfection, you'd know why we call our products naturally fresh.
We blended nature's best, naturally.
Early week activities on the Hooters Tour is surely a lot of fun, and this week was no exception.
Yeah, we had a couple of guests from the National Football League, guys that had been superstars that were taking part not only in the Pro-Am, but one of those guys also took part in the regular tournament as he tries to change careers, become a two-sport guy. Let's take a look now at what happened early in the week here at the Heritage Links Golf Course. Heritage Links Golf and Country Club has been ready for this year's Farm Bureau Classic. And early Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, there's all kinds of activities going on prior to the first round of competition, and that starts on Thursday morning. Practice rounds over the 6,700-yard layout combined with a junior clinic and a big Pro-Am sponsored by Coca-Cola brings out lots of folks to the golf course. Now, the Pro-Am is going to be won by the team captained by Mike Small. The members of the team, Bobby Strickland, Jim Eason, Dean Kennedy, and Rick Yarborough. The format for this one, just a bit different, called for the 2 best low net scores from the amateurs, and then they added the pro score. So they'll add up to 3 scores per team, and that's how we will determine who are our top 5 finishing teams. Now, one of the celebrities taking part was former Denver Broncos All-Pro receiver Ricky Nattiel. Ricky called the experience fun.
Oh, I love it. It's something I look forward to every year. It's a great time. It's real fun. I enjoy every minute of it.
Ricky's buddy and former Chicago Bears running back Neil Anderson also played in the Pro-Am and the regular event as well. Prizes were awarded, and play is all set to start tomorrow morning in the Farm Bureau Classic.
Heritage Links Country Club, measuring 6,700 yards, very tight fairways, small greens. Head golf professional Walter Smith.
This is PGA golf professional Walter Smith coming to you this week from the beautiful Heritage Links Country Club in the #1 city in America, Gainesville, Florida. A few of the holes that should give the players problems this week will be hole number 4, the par 4, 390 yards. A premium is placed on the tee shot here with the slow dogleg right fairway sloping from right to left, which makes the ball want to kick to the left and go in the left rough. The green is surrounded by 4 real big bunkers with a backdrop of several large live oak trees. A very scenic hole. Another of which is the hole number 7, par 4, 415 yards, a narrow straightaway, long par 4 with a huge 2-tiered green. The back and right of this green are guarded by bunkers, with the front guarded by a huge grass bunker which doesn't allow the players to roll a ball into this green. Another good hole at Heritage Links is the hole number 18, a par 4, 405, a very good finishing hole. As is the trademark at Heritage Links. Again, the premium is on the tee shot. The left side of the fairway is guarded by water, with the right side guarded by out of bounds. A successful tee shot will put you in the fairway, and the huge undulating green accepts a good, accurate shot. A swell in front of the green sometimes deceives a good player and doesn't allow them to hit the proper club. A par 4 here is a very good score also.
Lee, we've been talking about it all year. The Naturally Fresh Points Championship race, it's come down to a couple of guys on our tour, Mike Swartz and Jack O'Keefe.
Yeah, 2 guys that are best friends, and they're both pulling for each other, but somehow I've got to think, Kim, that getting that $100,000 means a lot to either one of them. 187 and a third points separate them, but I think things are going to get interesting this year, and I talked to them early in the week about the race and where they feel they are right now.
You know, at the start of the year, we both kind of were working toward getting in this position, and you know, now it's come down to that. But you know, he's out there trying his best, and I'm out there trying my best, and you know, whatever happens, happens. I mean, you know, I'm not going to wish bad things against him. I'm going to go out there and play golf, and you know, hopefully my score will beat his, or whatever. You know, be good enough. So you know, if he goes out there and wins this week and wins next week, you know, more power to him. And if I go out there and win this week or next week or both or whatever, then hey.
Well, I'm the only one that has a chance, so I'm going to try and really make something happen this week, try and have a fantastic tournament, and continue the points race towards Atlanta, and hopefully I'll still have a shot when we get there.
So what we have is that we still have a race going on when we get to Atlanta and that final tournament of the year.
The final tournament indeed, and anything can happen. We saw that last year. We'll tell you more about this week on the Hooters Tour right after this.
300 eagles, 3,000 birdies, but no owls. It's the Hooters Tour. Lee and Kim will be right back with highlights featuring some of the best young golf professionals in the world.
This week on the Hooters Tour is brought to you in part by Hooters Restaurants. Delightfully tacky, yet unrefined.
The important shots started early in the week at Heritage Links. Let's go to the shots of the day, which began on Thursday.
Let's go out to the Heritage Links golf course now and pick up some of the early week shot making at the Farm Bureau Classic. Let's pick up the activity on hole number 5. This is a 155-yard par 3. The threesome of Chris Stutz, Mike Small, and Corey Bowman are all here. Chris is going to get his par, and the winner just a few weeks ago over Jacksonville is going to record a 3-under 69 for his first 18 holes. Now, Mike Small is going to get par. Mike's going to have some problems today. This is en route to a 2-over par 74, so he's going to have to get it going tomorrow. Bowman's par is going to leave him at 1-under par 71, and like Small, he's going to have to work hard on Friday in order to make that cut. Rob McKelvey of Lawrenceville, Georgia is going to fire a 70 today. Check out this birdie at number 5. This guy with a putter in his hands is one of the best on the tour. And this is one of our Jackaroo shots of the day. Tom Shaw of Dallas is also up to the occasion at the same hole, number 5. He'll pick up his birdie. Tommy is 3-under for Thursday. He's going to be in the hunt all week long. Steve Ford of Melbourne is going to get a good approach here at number 9. It'll wind up about 10 feet away, and he'll have a birdie opportunity. Now, Steve, our winner at Orlando, nails this one. He's going to be 2-under after his first 18. Low round of the day honors are going to be shared by Dean Pappas of South Africa and Craig Bowden of Bedford, Indiana. Both shot 7-under par 65s, and they're going to share that $250 naturally fresh bonus money.
I had 14 putts through the first 12 holes, and I was 7-under through 12 holes. So I played real solid from there. You know, I made steady pars from there, and I birdied the 17th, and then made my first bogey of the day on 18. So I mean, I was real happy with the round.
65 this afternoon was a good round of golf. Not just saying that because I shot it, but if anybody shoots that kind of number this afternoon, it's a good round because the wind did swirl. You know, I could never tell which way it was blowing. It did come from the north and from the west and it was just all over the place.
So if the shots really counted on Thursday, add Friday, you got 36 holes. The cut's going to be 1-under par. 64 players are going to make it. Let's see how some of them got there.
Friday is cut day, and this week the cut is set at -1. Mikko Rantanen had no problem with that. Here he is on the 375-yard par 4. Mikko makes birdie, and he'll head to the weekend 8-under par, 4 strokes off the pace. Tino Ruggiero takes this stroke into the 160-yard par 3. This sets up a birdie on his way to a 68. He stands at 3-under par. Scott Sterling gets a Hooters shot of the day on hole number 7, a 415-yard par 4. A birdie 3, and he'll enter the weekend at -7. Kim Young makes his shot of the day on the par 3 8th hole. He fires a 69 today and sits 6 strokes back at -6. And finally, Kent Jones here on the 16th hole. Kent makes this shot on his way to a birdie 3. He'll post an even par 72 today, but will make the cut with a 2-day total of -4. The naturally fresh low round of the day goes out to Nikki Getz and Tom Gillis, both shooting 64s.
Sure, yeah, that 250 enters your mind, especially right now because I just bought a plane ticket back home to Michigan to see my fiance, and it was about $200. So I thought, gosh almighty, if I can win that 250, I'd be up $50. So yeah, it enters your mind, you know.
A special guest this week at Heritage Links was Neil Anderson, who played in the NFL for 8 seasons. At the young age of 31, he's looking towards a career in golf.
You probably know the name of Neil Anderson if you follow the National Football League. As a matter of fact, he spent 8 years as one of the premier running backs. The former Chicago Bears superstar is now switching his attention to professional golf.
Football for me was fun. It was business. It was a way that I made a great living through the NFL, but I never just truly loved the game. I liked it, and I loved the competition aspect of it, but I have a love for golf, you know, and there's a huge passion.
For Neil, there's no question about which sport is tougher.
You know, this is the most challenging game I've ever tried, and it tests every aspect of you. Physically, you got to be able to pull off the swing. Mentally, you got to be able to handle yourself because you're going to have ups and downs, everything throughout every round you play.
This week, as Neil made his debut on the Hooters Tour, he said it's been a real learning experience.
This was great. I mean, this was a great experience to come out with guys that can really play golf, and then you can see where you at compared to where they are. You know, you hear about the Hooters Tour, and I watch the PGA, you know, all the time on TV, and these guys are just as good. You know, they hit the ball just as good. And to me, the greatest thing was just learning by watching, seeing the way they manage themselves on the course and the way they handle, you know, each different shot, especially in the short game. I mean, I think I picked up a lot. You know, it's going to save me some strokes in the future just by watching.
For now, Neil's going to continue to work on his game every day the sun shines, to quote him. He's hoping it won't be long until he tries for the PGA Tour. Neil Anderson, a superstar in football, hoping to make his mark in professional golf. Neil Anderson, a genuinely nice guy. Now, when we come back, we're going to show you the final 2 rounds of the big tournament here at the Heritage Links Golf and Country Club. Also, speaking of nice guys, one of the best out here is a guy named Greg Reed from South Africa. He's our Jackaroo Player of the Week. This week on the Hooters Tour is brought to you in part by Bud Light. Won't fill you up and never let you down. And by Naturally Fresh Foods, preservative-free salad dressings, sauces, and dips.
Look! Oh my gosh! It's a little chimp! Oh, he looks like a little person!
They're really not.
Look how smart he is!
They're not very intelligent, honey. They're dopey.
Look at him!
We have a dummy on our hood. Oh, where's he going?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
And now, Valley of the Apes.
Hey, want to spice up your wardrobe without spending a fortune? Hooters has just what you're looking for.
That's right. Just call 1-800-961-2231 and order some terrific Hooters merchandise.
Like shirts, hats, sweats, sunglasses, and more. Hey, are you a race fan?
Call 1-800-961-2231 for great Hooters racing apparel.
And to really make your life complete, there's the Hooters golf bag, umbrella, flying disc, even a subscription to Hooters magazine.
Call 1-800-961-2231 today.
So our leader at the end of 2 rounds is Tom Gillis. He's the same guy that's going to shine again on Saturday. Saturday, and the race to the top of the leaderboard is on. Some 20 or so players are within strokes of Friday's leader, Tom Gillis. Craig Bowden of Bedford, Indiana, and the reigning Indiana Open champ is just a couple of shots back when the day begins. Now, this shot on number 12 is going to set up a birdie 3. Craig is now at 11 under par. Bowden's going to birdie the last hole. This will put him at 14 under and in a tie for second heading into Sunday's final round. Gillis, a former Coastal Carolina star, managed to hold on to the number 1 position. A 3 under par 69 is going to give Tom a 2-shot lead on the field at minus 16. Gillis finished strong with this birdie on number 18. He's going to be looking for his first win ever on the Hooters Tour.
Yeah, I think I'm getting better with age, actually. You know, I really think I'm maturing more mentally and learning how to deal with the ups and downs better. And being a high-strung person and a type A personality, I've had a lot of rough time dealing with it, you know, really hot-tempered. So I'm trying to mellow out, and I tell you, when I do, my play gets better.
Now, along with Craig Bowden, Mike Swartz and Nicky Getz are sitting at minus 14. Swartz needs the win to get the 200 points for that Naturally Fresh points race. Mike played a solid round today with 3 birdies and no bogeys. Getz would also like to see some birdies falling. Nicky fired a 2 under par 70, 5 birdies, and 3 bogeys. And yes, Nicky Getz is the same guy that's the brother of LPGA star Vicky Getz. Anyway, Nicky's going to need a strong finish on Sunday. 2 other names to watch: Bill Brown III of Dublin, Georgia. Brown fired a 4 under 68. He's 3 back. And John Del Corobo of Indianapolis, Indiana, a 69 today, puts him 3 shots back as well. After 54 holes of play, again, Gillis is on top. Then it's Mike Schwartz, Bowden, and Nicky Getz, all breathing down his neck. Bill Brown in third, and John Del Corobro at -13, with Rodney Butcher and Jeff Thorson in position to make a move at 12 under par.
This next young man you're about to meet is a good friend of Dean Pappas, who you met earlier in the season. He's 30 years old and graduated from the University of Arkansas. Greg Reed is our Jackaroo Player of the Week. What does Greg Norman and this guy have in common? Well, besides having the great love for the game of golf, they both talk alike. But Greg Reed is not from Australia. He's from South Africa. And in 1988 and in 1989, he was selected as a NCAA Division I All-American. He turned pro in 1990 and was taught that there was only one way to approach a career choice.
My attitude to life is just, try and do the right things and just if you go through life just trying to do the right thing in every situation. I think things will work out for you, and that's pretty much the way my attitude towards life is just whatever situation arises, try and do the right thing. And
if one believes that some ability comes naturally from genetic makeup, then Greg has a real good chance. His parents have a pretty good track record.
They were both pretty good sports people. My mom was actually the South African champion in table tennis. My dad was a good sportsman until he had some knee trouble and back trouble, and that put him at a young age. Actually, I think he was 21 when he had the cartilage removed out of his knees, and that was him done from sport. But that was pretty much their attitude, and my grandfather was a big influence as well. He always told me, do it right or don't do it at all.
You may have heard Greg's name mentioned as a winner on the Hooters Tour this year, and he's not in the running for the Naturally Fresh $100,000 bonus, but he is exempt on several tours across the country. The South African Tour and the Canadian Tour, just to name a couple. So as he prepares for the 1995 PGA Tour qualifying school, what's his focus?
I've seen the ups and downs, and I feel like I've gotten a lot better mentally, and my golf game has got a lot better this year. And I've kind of set a few goals that I just want to get every tournament between now and the tour school. I just want to get a little bit better, and I feel if I can just improve each week from now until tour school, I'll be ready.
Tom Gillis has the lead as we head to the final round. But everybody knows a lot of focus on Mike Schwartz and that race for the Naturally Fresh Points Championship.
Lee, Mike Schwartz started the day in the rain and began by missing a relatively short birdie putt. The sun didn't shine on his parade today, as he will finish at -14, right where he started. The big story here today was between Tom Gillis and Craig Bowden. Gillis makes 2 birdies early in the round, taking a 4-stroke lead on the field. Craig will start to make his move, a birdie on the par 4 7th hole. Craig gets it to 15 under par, 3 strokes back of Gillis. Both players will birdie the par 5 11th. Here's Gillis. And here's Bowden. 3 strokes still separate the 2 players. Gillis makes bogey at 13, and it becomes a 2-stroke margin. On hole number 15, Bowden closes the gap. A great sand shot, looks like eagle. He'll settle for the birdie, and now trails by a single stroke. Now to the par 3 17th hole. How about this putt to tie Gillis at -18? Both players finish regulation at 18 under par. The playoff begins at the par 5 first hole. This shot by Bowden was good enough for a tap-in birdie and his first win on the Hooters Tour in 1995.
I kind of hung in there and birdied 7 and par 8 and 9, and just one of those days that I closed real well. I hung in there and I made the putts that I needed to make. I did miss a 1 on 16, but that was a tough putt.
The final leaderboard is Bowden taking it in the first playoff hole. Gillis, shooting a 70 today, comes in second. David Smith had the low round of the day with a 65. He's in third, with Rob McKelvey and Nikki Getz tied at 15 under. Shaw and Swartz both 4 back at -14.
Now, when we come back, you're going to check out that Naturally Fresh Points Championship leaderboard. This week on the Hooters Tour is brought to you in part by Jackaroo Barbecue Sauce, a big taste from a big place.
My barbecue sauce has the big, bold taste that really makes barbecue taste great. Barbecue sauce.
That's not barbecue sauce. This is barbecue sauce.
Jackaroo Barbecue Sauce. Big taste from a big place.
Each morning in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, the sun rises over one of the greatest collections of golf courses anywhere. Over 80 championship courses designed by the masters. You can play them all. And as the sun goes down, the stars come out in Myrtle Beach. For sun, fun, and vacation packages with the finest quality and value in golf, call 1-800-272-2345 for your free Myrtle Beach Golf Vacation Planner. And see why Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is America's favorite golf resort.
When people create points championship races, they do it for a reason, and they look to have a race right down to the last tournament. And here on the Hooters Tour, we've got that.
Yeah, $100,000 is on the line between two best friends, Jack O'Keefe, Mike Swartz. You've heard their names almost, it seems like exclusively, here toward the end of the season. So it could be the last ball dropping in Atlanta to decide it. O'Keefe's got to make the cut there. Swartz has got to play well there. So last year, if that's any indication, anything could happen. So we're going to be checking out that points race as we head out of Gainesville. And Kim, we head up to Atlanta for the final tournament of the season, and again, television.
Live television, exciting, and the people that have watched the two previous live telecasts had nothing but great things to say about it. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't caught us, it's going to be on Prime that Saturday and Sunday.
That's right. So check your local program listings on Saturday, then Sunday afternoon, 1 until 3. Kim and I will be there along with Jim Simpson and also Mark Live from the Golf Channel. So as we say goodbye from Gainesville, again, we invite you to join us October the 28th and 29th for our telecast. And we invite you always to follow the Hooters Tour. I'm Lee Moore for Kim Brill. So long, everybody.
And if you would like to try one of the great products from Naturally Fresh Foods, call 1-800-GIFT-PACK.